I'm here on the world famous fitness street outside Unit 27, my favourite gym, but I'm going to give you a full tour of what this street looks like. There's a scooter. We're going to have a look. I can show you the best gyms, the best restaurants, where I like to eat, where I like to train, where I get my hair cut, all of that, and give you an idea of what it's like for when you come here. So, welcome to Fitness Street in Phuket, Thailand.
Starting at the top end of the street, that's the northern end. And one of the first or the main restaurants you come to here is called PurePrep. This is a really well-established restaurant and it does very strictly macro-controlled meals. The food is pretty good quality, but it can be a little bland. That's my experience, but it's very well known and a lot of people go. Next up as we come south is Tiger Muay Thai. Now, Tiger is a totally self-contained business. Personally, I haven't actually trained here, but they do have a seriously good reputation. They produce some of the best fighters here in Phuket and across Thailand, regularly featured on the One Fighting Championship that goes on TV. I know a few of the fighters, really good dudes. You can do boxing, you can do Muay Thai, you can do CrossFit, conditioning, and more. Next up, we've got Apollo Camp. Apollo, similar to Tiger and to a few of the other camps, but these offer fully inclusive packages where you can come here, learn Muay Thai, learn boxing, whatever it might be. A lot of these are very self-contained and you often don't actually meet many people who have been training at these camps because they are so well designed and they run themselves. But much like Tiger, Apollo also holds big fight nights that anyone on the street can come and visit. You pay a fee, go in and watch some really, really incredible fighting, both from beginners and from more professionals. Next up, we've got 7-Eleven. This was the big news of this year, a new 7-Eleven at the street. This is at the north end of the street, but given the growth that's going on this street, you can go in here, get your toasties, but most people on this street, they're buying high protein foods, they're buying low calorie foods, they're buying very, very strictly controlled foods for their diets, but it's brilliant. This has everything you need. It's much bigger than the original one, and you can see from the size here, it's great. Some of my personal recommendations would be things like the packet chicken, the microwave rice, things like that you can just get in as an extra meal as you go through the day because you're going to need to eat a lot while you're here. It's hot, it's sweaty, you are training all the time. That's the packet chicken. I keep loads of these in the fridge in my room all the time, and eggs as well. Look, for a couple of quid, you can get huge boxes of eggs. The other thing that is so useful at 7-Eleven is the coffee machines. And so many people will go in here and will get an iced coffee every single day. They even do things like matcha lattes and stuff out of the machine. Honestly, brilliant, really easy, and it costs about £1 to £1.50. So after I got my refreshment, it was time to move on to the next one. Now, the next gym is brand new. I was at the opening event for it today. Now, this is Kong Fitness. It's giving Bali. It's giving, I need to Instagram this everywhere. The staff here are wonderful, really lovely. I've been training at Unit, which is just down the road, but this offers very similar style of training. It's CrossFit, it's functional fitness, it's high rocks, but in a nicely aesthetically wrapped building. Right next to it, you have Superfit. Superfit is a bodybuilding gym, and this caters for those who aren't really into the functional fitness space or who just want to do some extra strength training because it can be very easy to overdo the functional fitness here. Superfit is another new addition to the street, but as you go in, the state-of-the-art equipment, and it really is state-of-the-art. All the people who work here are lovely. The owners are lovely. You can see this equipment is brilliant, and also it's just full of people who train really hard. You have a lot of really good bodybuilders here. Not only that, but the air-conditioned front space is great if you want to get some work done. It's not a huge space, but it is pretty good. The cafe at the front is also very good for getting smoothies. They have the macros on them as well. It's great. And that's the view from the outside. Heading down to the bottom of the hill, you've then got the Fairtex shop. Now, if you're a fighter, everyone's wearing Fairtex, so in you go. But now we get to our next restaurant, Soi Ta Ied. You can see here it was closed, which is a real shame. This is a small Thai restaurant. What I would say, be careful when you ask for anything spicy from here because it is really spicy. But the food's brilliant, it's really cheap, and I just love it. Next up, we're coming to Unit 27. This is my home. This is the OG gym on the street. You're going to see more of this in a minute. Not quite yet, but this is the pain cave. This is where it all goes down. So straight past Unit and you've got High Boy Barbers and Cannabis Shop. I know it doesn't seem like something you should mix together, but this is where I get my hair cut, and the staff in here are great. It's always a vibe, and in the evenings you can find people sitting outside just smoking joints. And right next to that is the FitPro store. FitPro, this is where you can go in. It's owned by Gim Gim. She's brilliant. She's one of the coaches at Unit 27, but she's just a fantastic person. She will offer you not only her own brand of FitPro, but also Under Armour, things like that in there for pretty reasonable prices. It's a really useful place to have on the street. Of course, this wouldn't be Thailand if you weren't renting a moped, so you can get these anywhere as you walk down the street as well. There's about 6 or 7 different places where you can get them, and realistically for about 100 baht a time. Next up, my favourite little restaurant on the street. This is Smoky Pepper. It's, I think, been around for a while, but I only really discovered it this year. My recommendation if you're eating here is the protein bowl. Look, again, you've got the macros on the menu, but you get a really healthy sized meal, and they're pretty happy to change things around. So if you want to take off the sour cream and add some avocado or something like that, you can do it. It's not super cheap, but it certainly is a good price for the food, and you'll never feel hungry when you leave. Once you've gone past that, you're going to go past this small little parade of shops here. So you've got laundry, chemists. This actually, most of the signs here are in Russian. But then you get to the OG breakfast spot, and this is Tale acai bowls. They don't really have much space in there. It is very small, but when you order it, the sizes are enormous and the food's brilliant. Carry on walking down the street and you get to another parade of shops. There's pharmacies and more, but the standout one here is Yummy V, and this is the froyo place. You help yourself and add all the toppings. Next up on my must-see tour, this is Golden Fingers Massage. This is where you go. This is the best massage place. I've tried them all. That's the best one. Next up, she is the actual OG. This is Healthy Mother, or known as Mama's. You can pick up any of the fruit on that list below and have her blend it into a protein shake for you. There are infinite combinations. It'll cost you about 100 baht or 150 baht for 2 scoops of protein, and she will do it with a smile on her face. There's a couple of these kind of stores as you go around, but she's the best. Next up is Primal. This was the main bodybuilding gym on the street before Superfit. It's good, but it's smaller and it's not as modern as Superfit. And opposite that, you have Trooper Eats. Again, very easy Western food. A little bit on the expensive side, I'm not going to lie. It used to be the only place to go, but these days I think there are better options. As you walk on from there, you'll end up with new buildings all over the place, but the little standout place here is the fruit stall. So for 140 baht, that's about £3, you will be able to get a massive selection of fruit chopped up while you wait and put into a container. Great if you want to chuck it in the fridge in your room, mix it with a smoothie in the morning, chuck some protein in, whatever, or just have a snack. There's also just the endless parade of cannabis shops. But right next to those is the brunch spot of brunch spots. This is the Townhouse Cafe. Normally really overlooked, which I think is a shame, because maybe just because it's a little bit back from the road, but you go under the awning and the food in here is to die for. My personal preference is the avocado bagel. It's avocados, it's really well done scrambled eggs with some bacon in it, put into a bagel, and it's about 280 baht, so £5. So not maybe as cheap as you thought, but honestly fantastic on a weekend. Then my favourite, it's cookie dough. This is the sweet treat. Now, they don't really have that many sweet treat shops on here, but you can see from this menu why everybody ends up here in a weekend. It's the guilty pleasure on Fitness Street.
This is by far my favourite place, and I have spent far too much money in this place. Go cook up. They know me too well in there.
Okay, so then we hit the original 7-Eleven. This one's a little smaller, but strangely, it actually has a better coffee service in here than the new one. I don't know why, but it does. Opposite that is Kangaroo Bar, so many a late night has been spent in this bar, and then also dashing over the road to go and buy electrolytes and water from 7-Eleven afterwards.
Look, he's the world's biggest man, look.
So once you've gone past 7-Eleven, you've got Marina House, which is the biggest hotel there. You will have seen it briefly in that bit of the video. But opposite that is Gorilla Supplements. These guys are so helpful. Whether you're a beginner or if you know what you're doing, you can come in here to get all your supplements. They also sell some pretty snaggy tops and shorts as well. So just vests or shorts or whatever you like, honestly worth it. Then again, more weed shops. Yes, there's more here. You've got plenty of them. The smell down this end of the street can actually get a bit overpowering at times, but hey, we roll with it. And then another pharmacy. Again, these pharmacies, you can get anything you want because you can go into these and you can get things like sleeping pills or whatever. I'm unsure how legal those are, but I know you can do it. Following up from that, you've got the dent station. Now, you might ask why there's a big dentist here. Well, because of all the fighting on this street, as in legal fighting at the Muay Thai camps. People get their teeth knocked out all the time, so people can go and get emergency dental treatment in there. Not only that, but you can actually go and get your teeth whitened or straightened or any of that kind of stuff for actually a pretty reasonable price. It's not super cheap, it's not like Turkey either, but it's kind of something that's a bit useful. Following on from that, you've got Ocha D's and Tony's restaurant. Now, these are two local style restaurants. Tony's is a lot cheaper than Ocha D's, but Ocha D's has a much bigger menu. You will find people sitting in there all day and all night. Head down the little side road and you will find everybody's favourite. This is Mr. John's. Now, it's got a tiny amount of seating, but it's the kind of place you go when you're looking for some very relaxed food very quickly. And then further down here, you've got Titan. Again, you never really see anyone from Titan because it's a kind of all-enclosed space. So people go in there, they train, they live there, they eat together.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go ice bath and enjoy.
We're going to do a high rocks workout if you want to do it with us.
What, in the gym now?
Yeah.
Oh, don't tempt me. And finally, my favourite gym of all, Unit 27, the unit, total strength and conditioning. I've been training here for a couple of years now, and I would just say that this place is by far my favourite. That doesn't mean it's not the only option here, but it's great. The community, the atmosphere, the classes they teach, the way it all runs. So come inside, I'll show you what the gym looks like. And some of the people that are training in here, it's quite quiet at the moment, which is why I've picked it. And then we'll have a look at some of the clips of workouts that I've done in there, from high rocks to strength and conditioning, open gym, pure strength workouts, cardio workouts, whatever it might be. This is my favourite place, Unit 27.
Now, the reason I love this place so much is simply because the vibe is immaculate. Every single person in there is so friendly. From the staff and the coaches to the people that train there, I don't think I've ever found a community that was just more welcoming. I loved every minute of being there when I first came, so I ended up staying. I meant to come for 2 weeks, I stayed for 2 months, and now I'm back here just a few months later. That is the story that you hear on this street all the time. Now, as you come in, you see, like, this is why it's the OG. It is the pain cave. This place has such a fearsome reputation, but that shouldn't put you off. It's not about scaring people or only bringing fit people here. In fact, quite the opposite. It's about turning up, showing up, and doing whatever it is that you can do to the best of your ability. And everyone will support you in it.
Hey, Mr. O, how you doing? You good?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. O is an absolute legend. He runs a little cafe in the gym as well, but everybody loves him. And he just says things like, "Sup, bro? Okay, guy, and well done, guys." He is just a legend. But in the gym, you have got everything you could need. So they run all these classes, and it's for everything from doing high rocks or strength and conditioning, guided strength and conditioning as well. You can go in there and open gym whenever you like during the day. They also have saunas and ice baths. Why might you need a sauna in Thailand, you ask? Well, because when you're doing the ice baths, it's really good to go between the two.
Once the ice bath's done, safe to say my penis has gone inside.
So, having done my ice bath in the afternoon, this was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when the ones here opened. There are other ones you can use, but this is when it opened. The street really lights up in the evening. So I went down to the other end to show you the last bits. Now, this is 5 Elements. They do hot yoga. They also have a more aesthetic looking ice bath there if you want it. But you also come up to the Ali's complex, where you have the flying armbar, which is Turkish food, obviously named after some fighting moves. You've also got Lucha, which is a Mexican restaurant. And then you go into the full Ali's complex. Filling station is right on the edge of it. Now, the food here is pretty good. They've actually upgraded their menu from when I was last year, and it is much better. But you move into all of the bits that Ali's own, and Ali's is a big boxing gym. So again, the people training there tend to stay up at this end of the street. You can see it's kind of a chill vibe. There's scooters everywhere. You walk down. Personally, I think walk past all of these bits here and walk down to the end, because that's when you end up at Ali's Smokehouse. Now, whilst this is a really big social place for people on the street, just simply because of the size, you get to the Smokehouse and I think the food is way better. They've just brought on a new chef. He is Iranian, which means that the Persian food they are knocking out off the grill here is incredible. I have been sampling this solidly for the last 6 weeks. Safe to say that I've spent far too much in here and eaten far too much. But yeah, it's right next to Ali's boxing gym. So if that's where you're training, this is going to be where you eat. This is what the buffet looks like. You can order loads of stuff off the menu as well. I recommend the Ali's Pitta off the menu. It's amazing. But this is what the buffet looks like. So you just basically pick how much you want per 100 grams, and they'll come and get it for you and bring it to your table.
But obviously there's a load more I haven't shown you, but that concludes our walking tour of the fitness street of Soi Ta Ied here